everybody. I am Marcel Pierre, and this is, of course, the lady of the hour, Tanae.
What's good with y'all?
See, you so ghetto.
I'm so excited to be here. Let me just say, it's an honor to be on Marcel's Lounge. This is like maybe my third time being on here, or fourth.
Things are for you.
I'm camera shy, but the more drinks I take, the more you see me.
No. It's, I hope you guys enjoyed last week's video where we talked about love languages. This week, we're going to be talking about letting go.
Oh. What? I felt like
Anyways, letting go isn't always a bad thing, but there has to come a time when you realize that something is no longer worth being a part of.
Investing your time nor energy.
Oh, this would be letting go of relationships. This would be letting go of that job. This would be letting go of something that hurt you in the past. And letting go of that family member. You can't let these things hang over you
or hinder
your growth, which blocks all of your future endeavors.
Blessings.
So, do you want to start or you want me to start?
Hey, give me a question. How do you want me to start this?
Well, basically, just give like your I want to say like experience with letting go.
I feel like you got to be more direct because I can give you a lot.
I will pick one.
Well, give me one that you know of.
Yeah.
I'm
I don't
trying
know
not to
which
make
one you
this
feel
long.
comfortable talking about. I'm not gonna say something and then you're like, oh no, I don't want to talk about that. This is all about being comfortable.
Okay, well, give me one. I feel like you want to mention that.
No, because actually, yes, because there was multiple times where you actually should have let that.
I won't go
not too deep into details because we're not gonna put
Okay.
anybody out there like that. I know you don't care, but I do.
I'm better than that now, so.
Girl, if it was Tanae from a few months ago. Anyways.
This pandemic, let me tell you, it really made me tap in with myself, and I'm still there because I be in my room, right? I have a journal now. There's another way that you can let go.
It's a nice guide to letting go. I don't have a journal, but I write music, so when I'm writing music, it's when I let go of everything. But go ahead and talk about He Who Shall Not Be Named.
Let me tell you about this dude I used to listen with.
Ma'am. Can't take.
I was in a relationship. Not looking back at it, now that I'm older, wiser, I don't really count it. Well, the first half.
You should count it. I think you should still count it because it leaked over into your adult years.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably the second half leading up into my 20s. Yes. Long story short, I was with my high school sweetheart for like maybe 6 or 7 years. Ooh, was I so dumb and naive back then? But
I wouldn't say you were dumb. I say you were just ill-informed.
I was dumb. He's just doing it a nice way. I'm gonna be honest. What I was. I was dumb because now when I hear myself speak about it, pretty sure it's some of y'all that's still being dumb out there. So don't. I'm talking to you. You leave it. Let it go. Anyways, been multiple times I should have left this guy. And I kept taking him back because I didn't love myself and I wanted to change him. And you can't change nobody who's not willing to change for themselves.
Learned that the hard way too.
He was just doing some things that I know I would never do to him. And I'm not gonna say I was all the way same, but I knew how I wanted to be treated. I wasn't being treated like how I felt a girlfriend should have, and I'm pretty sure he felt like he wasn't being treated the way a boyfriend should have been. But you got to think about it. When you've been with somebody since you was 16 and you're transitioning from teenagers to adults, it's hard because you still look at this person like when you first met them. So I get it, but then that's where you gotta set boundaries. You did not have boundaries. There's certain things that he did that I wouldn't do, like telling your female friends what's going on in our. Okay, that was a no. That was another thing, and he used to do petty things. Anytime we got into an argument, instead of him just talking, he will basically ignore me for so many days until he was ready to talk. That's another thing. If anyone can go 3 days without talking to you, no text, no call, no nothing, no response is a response. It was just hard for me to let go because I was so wrapped up into him, and my identity was basically him. All I knew was him, and it was just a situation I had to learn how to let go. I don't even really know where to start with this, so that's why I'm just giving you little things. It was just so much. It's not something that I can really. I can talk about friends. So me, I have a big heart, and I want people to treat me how I treat them. I don't think I treat people wrong. In my head, do I treat you wrong? Well, I live with myself. So
well, if you look back at our video from last week, you will see that we had some growth to go through. Because there was a point where we was probably going to have to let each other go. But instead of doing that, I tried twice.
I did too, but he cussed me out each time. It was just like, all right, then he will cuss. So you think?
I don't like being kicked out of a boat.
I don't either.
You will not vote me off the fantasy island.
So you thought you was gonna do this?
I am the fantasy. Okay. But yeah, I'm not going to. I'm going to say like there's friendships that I definitely had to let go of. This friendship. I'll probably talk about that friendship. I don't know. Should I say her name? I don't know if I should say her name.
Start with an A?
Yeah.
We're just gonna say A.
Oh, so I say A, I'm gonna slip up. I know I am.
Don't just say this girl.
There was this girl that I've known since elementary school. We were friends. We kind of lost contact through high school, but we ended up going back to Western together, and we were our freshman year. And when I found her, I was like, "Oh my God, this is big. We have to rekindle what we lost." So got back together, being friends. We did everything together. You wouldn't see me without her, her without me. We just stuck together. And one day, through her Hokapade on Tinder, she meets this man.
Not her Hokapade. Wait a minute.
Her body was like a temple, open to day and night to everyone. Anyways, still love. It's all love. All love. It was a little shade, but it's all love.
Some good ass tea.
I feel like I can say his name.
Yes.
No. We'll call him.
Watching this.
We'll call him Nelly.
You are not this one.
So we'll go Amber Rose and Nelly. So I couldn't think of nothing else. For sake of keeping the story, that's not the keeping it. I'll give y'all some more names. I'm not gonna follow. So Amber started talking to Nelly, and I guess they started getting close or whatever. And they would break up literally once every 2 weeks. I'm not lying. It was once every 2 weeks because of something. And it wasn't anything she did. It was really just him. And then, so they were on like one of their breaks, and she decided that she was gonna swing that door back open. And she messed around with somebody. And I guess the dude texted her when they got back together, and he found out about it. And she wanted me to be like, I'm the one that was like, I was texting from her phone, the guy. And so I'm like, it's not the first time I've covered for a friend. I was like, cool, I'll do it. Why not? He then goes and tells her that he doesn't want her to be friends with me anymore because I don't respect their relationship. So, you wouldn't believe what this heifer did. You would.
What she do, Sal?
This girl will text me say, we can't be friends in public, but we can still like hang around when he's not around.
What?
Make it make sense, sis.
Is you stupid?
Is you dumb?
Your friends gonna always be there. When that nigga ain't, or that girl ain't. Raw.
What she said.
I just felt that a little bit.
And in that moment, I felt betrayed. And so then they finally broke up again. I didn't talk to her all the time. But she had tried so hard to talk back to me and like apologize. So I finally broke. I said, all right, whatever. You're done talking to him. She said, I'm done talking to him. They were done talking. So we go to the baseball stadium. Football. Went to the football stadium. Me and another friend, I'm actually still friends with to this day. We don't hang out a lot. We don't really talk a lot, but there's all love there. We're still friends. Jaira. Love her. I can say her name because there's no...
I'm going to say her name. Jaira.
Okay, Chris. I said there's all love there. We both took her to the football field, and as just to console her, you know, like, you don't need him, you good, because she was down, as most people are when they are in love and they get out of a relationship. She said she's going to the bathroom, and so about 30 minutes go by. I'm like, we were actually ready to leave the stadium. We said, where did she go? And I sent Jaira in to go and to go find her in the bathroom. She wasn't there. I know this bitch had my coat. Back to the story. So we looked, like, okay, maybe she just went back to the dorm. So we hop on the bus, we go back to the dorm, and we hop off. But as I'm walking in, the other bus that's behind us has my other friend. I'm gonna say it.
I'm gonna say his name. Karuchi.
Anyways, so he gets off the bus and he's like, yeah, Amber.
Don't slip.
I told you I was gonna slip.
Amber Rose now, Amber Rose.
Amber wants me to give you your jacket back. She's over there with Nelly.
Interesting.
What an interesting turn of events.
2 + 2 is equaling 4 now.
That all makes sense.
So
I was just like, all right. That was the end of that, and I will always know that she still reaches out from time to time, and every time I try to bring myself to that, okay, we're gonna be friends again, we stop talking after a week.
I feel like if anytime you let your significant other know what we had before they were there, something is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I had to learn when I was in my relationship that your friends gonna always be there, no matter what.
No, I'm gonna stop you right there, because there does come a time where you can't let your friends interfere in your relationship, and that's something where you have to find that balance.
Boundaries.
You don't cut off your friends unless they are legitimately disrespecting your relationship and everything it stands for. If your friends are the ones that have your back all the time, who are always there every time you cry wolf, you don't cut those friends off your life. You don't cut them off for anyone. And I mean anyone, because that's your chosen family in that moment.
So here's my question.
Yeah.
Because we all have been that friend or have that friend where it's just like, they're being dumb.
Oh, girl.
Very dumb.
I'm sorry.
And Marcel had told me sometimes, yeah, you were dumb. Younger
when
me,
I first met her.
I don't think he said it like that. He was just like, "Is that your man, girl?" Oh, so that was.
She read between the lines.
If I can go back and talk to her,
she definitely read between my lines. I was like, "Oh, that's your man."
Because this is me now. Oh yeah, sort of.
Oh.
I used to get home.
Okay.
People from high school used to be like, "Oh, y'all still together?" He wouldn't say nothing. I just be like, "It's complicated." I tell you one thing, you taught me not to be that dumb anymore.
Don't ever let no man, woman, anything in between.
Don't you ever
feel
less than. Girl, you better figure out who you are. Man, you better figure out who you are. Y'all deserve to be treated like kings too. Okay?
Yes.
But when do you, because I feel like, sometimes you have to learn how to place that boundary between you and your friend, because your friend may be telling you one thing about a relationship, and we all know sometimes we don't tell the full story. We like to tell our side. When do you say, all right, this is starting to stress me out? Like, do you ever feel mentally drained sometimes from talking to your friends about what they're repeatedly going through?
I'm going to say yes and no.
Okay.
I'm going to say yes because if you're not going to tell me the full thing, don't tell me. Because you're not going to have me out here hating or disliking your significant other. You're going to keep running back. Now, I say no because I feel like that I should be your outlet. You should have somebody to talk to.
Exactly.
And because I like to find the actual answers to situations. So I'm going to ask you several times, periodically throughout the week, throughout the 2-week period. I'm going to ask you the same question. And I guarantee you that I get different answers. And so when I put all those answers together, I get the real story. I have a friend who I have to do this all the time. I'm not going to say her name. But she knows who she is.
I'm sorry, it's stuck. I gotta play the song.
I literally have to keep asking the same question. I have to go back through. Or the more we talk, if stuff don't add up, I go back and I ask another question. I do this with Tanae all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. It'd be the littlest situation. I'd be like, so what could you have done so this situation would not have happened?
And I'm still learning. I'm not gonna lie.
And she'd be like, well, I could have done it. Well, there is no what after that. If you could have done it, that's what you should have done. And I think that's something that we all need to learn. If there is a better solution to a problem, or if there is something that you could have done to avoid the problem altogether, do that. But a lot of people like confrontation, or like to just be right. I do this with my mom, my siblings, all my friends. If I feel like you're not going to listen to what I have to say, then I'm just going to be okay, I'll call you later, or I'll talk to you later.
Marcel gets mad with me, especially when it comes to relationships. Mind you, I have not been really in a committed relationship for quite some time. So from 16 to me being 25 now, dating is so different. So now I'm quick to just be like, I ain't got the time nor the patience for this shit. Like, we too grown to be playing these games. Say what it is and say what it ain't. But then there's times where it's just like, I have to learn how to be patient. Not everybody is like me and just upfront with certain things. Sometimes people have to feel you out. And much as I don't like to admit this, I am learning this. The shit is hard sometimes. It's just like you're so used to being in your own comfort zone. And sometimes letting go doesn't mean it's permanent. It's temporary. Like, I'm kind of going through some issues with some friends, especially a friend from freshman year. I'm not going to name any names.
Karuchi.
Not that one. Not that one. The other one. You light skinned.
Yes.
She loved her. But I'm learning with her, because she has a child. I'm learning with her that not all the time she is available. But she's terrible at texting. But all I ask for is a little bit more communication from all my friends. If you need space, say that.
That's not easy for everybody, but sometimes they don't even know that they need the space. And they're it's like the brain is just like, hey, you need to fall back.
Yeah.
Because I have that problem.
I used to have to be on him, but he tells me things now, and I did too. I'm more like, I like to find the reason, like myself. I want you to open up to me. Share your thoughts, because I don't want to be the only one feeling like I'm opening up and you knowing everything about me, but I'm not knowing how to move around you.
Yeah, I get how stressful that could be. But if you are dealing with somebody who has constantly been burned by opening up that way, you're gonna need some work. It's gonna be hard.
But then that's when I come in, where you need to know the right people.
Make sure you keep a close circle. I urge people to not have a big circle of friends. Have your immediate circle. If consists of no more than 4 people.
You really only gonna have a handful, of maybe 5.
At this point, I don't
even think I have that many.
I have
maybe
5 people that I can literally call. Yeah, I have 6. I have 5 and a maybe. I have 5 and a maybe, because that's still my best friend. That's been my best friend since elementary. And I can sometimes call on her. Like, I can sit and do certain things, but we're both somewhere in that weird spot financially where we can't really help each other out. But we can always call each other to talk about things, or just sometimes I don't pick up the phone because I'm busy. I have a lot of things I'm doing. But I can name them all. I've been name dropping this one. On one hand, I say it's Tanae, Kenny, Christina, Deja, and Sierra. And then my maybe is Rhea. That's because we're both in the I guess.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, okay, yeah. I see.
Rhea is my absolute. There is nobody that could ever replace her. But I do know that there are certain things I cannot go with her.
And you have friends for different things.
You have friends for different things.
Like Marcel, we love talking shit.
Ooh, yes.
About others.
We're messy.
But sometimes we take it too far with each other, so we're trying to learn, like, all right.
We're learning when to shut it.
All right. But when it comes to other people,
in-game.
we have deep conversations. Not all the time I can relate to what he's telling me, because I don't have the knowledge of it. And I know it may seem like I'm not listening, but I am. So then he be shocked when I come back and tell him something like, "You been listening?" I ain't listening.
I like our deep conversations. I like our conversations because in that moment we're both teaching each other.
Oh, it's so nice.
Like, we often have talks about religion, which is going to be probably another episode that I'm going to put on here.
I got that book too that I need to read, because I got it. I got all these books that I need to read.
I like to read it too.
It's something about religion. I need to start reading it. Yeah, all these books.
But yeah, we I don't know. We often talk about religion and just how sometimes the Bible itself kind of contradicts itself, and trying to navigate our way through the Bible.
And not just pick out certain parts.
And not just pick out what we want, because that's what.
Oh, this is a sin.
That is what society has programmed for us to do, is to go through the Bible and just hand pick different scriptures that, oh, you're doing this. But we don't talk about how you should stone somebody if they cheat. We don't talk about how slavery was legalized and actually written in the Bible to be a thing that we should not have been broken from. But I'm gonna let that one go, because that'll be a whole other segment.
America, do you see my face, America?
It's a whole other segment. And then I don't like the fact that we are not normalizing our ancestry. People always look at like witchcraft or getting in touch with our inner selves using stones, oils, incense.
That is so crazy now that you put it like that. Because I was sitting here thinking like, oh, what? I do not mean to offend anybody with what I'm about to say, but we'll sit here and read the white man stuff and be like, this is how you're supposed to do it. But when it comes to us, Black people,
it's witchcraft.
Oh my God, it's like voodoo stuff. What are you doing? Like, I'm learning that too, because Marcel is trying to help me with spiritual guidance and being in touch, and I'm like, I don't want nobody touching me. Don't you bring those spirits?
She's quick to say that.
Okay,
so I don't play. No,
I don't play.
Everything is in it. To me, everything is energy. And that's how I look at the universe. Yes, I believe there's a higher power. There has to be something higher than myself. I don't believe that I am the only highest thing here.
That's crazy.
And I know that I am created in that higher power's image.
I see why you say energy, because it's neither destroyed nor created. It's just transferred.
It's just transferred. That's why when we die, our energy just transfers into our spiritual form.
That's deep. That's deep. No, we switched it up on y'all. We gave y'all letting
little history lesson.
Just showing you how this all plays out.
But back to the art of letting go. It's okay to let go. Don't think because you've been friends with that person for years, have so much history, that holding on to it is healthy.
Let that history
go. If you guys are not having the conversations to fix the problem, and the problem keeps getting worse, and then it just blows up, you weren't trying to fix it to begin with.
And I know this is how some people process, but sometimes shutting down is not always the best. I understand you need space, but still let that person know. Because if you're someone like me, I'm an overthinker. I already overthink things. But just tell me, like, if you need space, tell me. I'll tell Marcel, like, I'm in the mood. Or I'll come crying to Marcel, like, I'm sad. I'm learning how to speak, because when I did used to suppress things, I didn't think it was bad.
She was angry all the time.
Always popping off, exploding.
And she's always very defensive.
I still am working on that.
But she's not as defensive as she.
So sometimes letting go is growth. And it can be something beautiful at the end of it.
That was really nice. That was very, very well said. I like that.
Yeah. I like that. This year has really, I've done a lot of self-reflecting, and I'm learning about my friends, and me and Marcel has gotten very closer. I can only imagine how I'm gonna be in a relationship if I get someone who
oh girl, don't fart.
This we call it Marcel. What does he do? You trying to set me up? Man, you need to calm down.
Bring it back. You're here. I need to.
I don't know who you think you. Hold on, I'm about to go.
Pray for him, y'all. Pray for him.
Whoever my future husband is, I'm gonna pray hard for you. That's gonna give me right now, because you gonna be like, this did too much. No, you just don't know what to do.
I don't know. I'm pretty open. I'm very open-minded when it comes to music. So whatever happens with my current situation,
nothing but good things. Nothing but good things.
I'm with it either way, but I still keep myself open to like learning new things and accepting that person as that person, and not trying to change them into something that they're not, or that I imagine. Relationships are all about compromise and balance. So you take me as I am, I take you as you are, and we grow together and intertwine what we know, make one body.
You know, that was deep, because that's what my therapist was telling me. Because you're taking one individual, their flaws, yourself, and your flaws, and you're trying to make it into one
person. You know? That's the whole section of marriage. But I feel like you should be practicing your married life relationship, because ultimately that's what you're working for. And if you can't survive that, the marriage is just a piece of paper at that point.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this might be a whole nother episode. We digress so many times in this. Because it bugs me. Because you know the person, you know who the person is, marry them. And a lot of people think that getting married is going to fix the problem. No, boo. That's not going to fix the problem. It's going to make the problem worse, because now there's the pressure of the unionship, of the institution. The institution of marriage. Now you have that pressure. Now everything is 10 times worse. It's like you knew this person was this person before you, and you thought that could fix it. No, that cannot fix it. Let it go.
And if you see red flags, believe it.
Let it go.
I'm not saying all red flags you gotta act on, but if you happen, don't listen to him, because sometimes you gotta
let it all go.
No. But if it happens more than once, now me, I used to give people the benefit of the doubt, but you only got maybe, I'll give you at least maybe 2 or 3 times, really 2. The first time, okay, because we're trying to figure it out. The second time, okay, we talked about this. No. Third time, okay, no, you playing games. I'm not finna keep telling you how things should go. You already showing me how it is.
Yep.
And believe people when they show you who they are.
Then when that Maya say, when someone shows you who they are,
believe it.
R.I.P. Maya. But yeah, I think that's a good note to leave the show on. Thank you again. This is the 2nd episode in a row that I've had today. Maybe we shoot further. Let me know. Again, like, share, subscribe, comment below, or DM me what you think some topics that I should talk about with some of my other guests. Love you all. Ciao. Bye.
Bye.